Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Wenatchee Police Department is asking the public to keep on the lookout for a missing vulnerable woman last seen yesterday. The city of Leavenworth voted Tuesday to adopt a multifamily tax exemption for new housing. Sunny with seasonal temperatures the rest of this week with rain in the forecast Saturday night. The Brewster man arrested as part of a dragnet targeting child sexual abuse suspects has been identified now as a teacher at the local elementary school. Theodore Edward Dodge is 53 years old. He's one of 15 people arrested October 29th as part of Operation Net Nanny, a Washington State Patrol effort that lures suspects online with false offers to sexually exploit an underage victim. Dodge is charged in Cowlitz County with attempted child rape after allegedly responding to a net nanny sting in Longview. Brewster School Superintendent Lynette Blackburn confirmed today that Dodge has been a fourth grade teacher at Brewster Elementary since 2016. School officials placed him on leave one day after the Longview arrest. Dodge remains held in the Cowlitz County Jail on $100,000 bond. Trial began yesterday in the case of an East Wenatchee woman accused of subjecting a 13-year-old child to inappropriate phone and video communications with a jail inmate. 43-year-old Raquel Ann Langhurst is charged with 5 felony counts of communication with a minor for immoral purposes, as well as 5 misdemeanor charges of violating a no-contact order. Langhurst allegedly facilitated calls between the child and Kenneth Allen Crabtree, a 36-year-old man who was in the Okanogan County Jail at the time. Prosecutors say Crabtree was under court orders not to contact the child. He pleaded guilty last June to charges including sexual exploitation and is now serving 7.5 years in prison. A jury was seated Tuesday to begin hearing the case against Langhurst, who's charged as an accomplice to Crabtree's crimes. The Wenatchee Police Department is asking the public to keep on the lookout for a missing vulnerable woman last seen yesterday. Shahira Harrison was last seen by her family Tuesday morning. Police say about 2:15 p.m. Shahira was seen getting into a newer white or silver Toyota Highlander that pulled into her driveway in the 1600 block of Horse Lake Road. Shahira is 21 years old, about 4 feet 11 inches and 100 pounds. If you should see her, please call the Wenatchee Police through Rivercom at 509-663-9911 to report that sighting. Laura Jakes hit the gavel one last time as a Wenatchee School District Board member yesterday. The 20-year board veteran was sent off with a special reception and thank you speeches. In her last board communication, Jakes said her goodbye.
And I don't know what I'm going to do now, but it has been a complete honor and privilege to serve the students and families in our district and the community as a whole. I have never spent a better minute than I have on the Wenatchee School Board. So thank you all.
Along with Jakes, board member Catherine Thomas, whose questions residency caused several tense moments during meetings, is also not returning for another term. Thomas said her thanks to several friends, family members, and colleagues, and said she's confident in her decision not to return.
My fellow board members, it's unfortunate that our time together has ended the way that it has. I want to thank you, though, because I am certain that it has reinforced my decision that my time is done on the board, and that I am very happy and excited about that in order to start what's the next chapter in my life.
When we come back, voters in District 2 race for Wenatchee School Board must wait nearly 2 weeks to find out if their candidate will take the seat. Earlier this month, Senator Patty Murray helped secure passage of the 2024 Ag FDA funding bill through the Senate. And the annual Give North Central Washington Turkey Trot is taking place Thanksgiving morning on the Apple Capitol Loop Trail beginning at Pybus Public Market. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
As Chelan's premier lifestyle store, Willow, find unique home decor, clothing, jewelry, and more. Come visit for a welcoming and memorable shopping experience.
Deepwater Electronics is your one-stop shop for the latest in TV and sound technology. Whether you build your home theater or let them do it for you, Deepwater Electronics is the clear choice.
The switch is on to T-Mobile. Get the best 5G experience and the customer service you depend on. Only at Chelan Wireless in downtown Chelan.
Hi everybody, Dan Coos alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. My heat pump there's like steam coming out of it. It's making weird noises. Is this something I need to be concerned about?
No, Dan, that's normal operation. Refrigeration technology steals heat from the outside, transfers it to the inside, and it creates frost on your heat pump. The defrost cycle melts that off, which creates steam and a little bit of noise.
That makes sense. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.
In Digital Media Arts program, we learn about video production gear and editing by the combination of class projects and nonprofit work and employment.
It makes things happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty magical.
We work in the industry at the Wenatchee Round, NCWLIFE channel, and the Town Toyota Center events. Every day we work with industry standard equipment for a hands-on learning experience.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Voters in District 2 race for Wenatchee School Board must wait nearly 2 weeks to find out if their candidate will take the seat. The race between incumbent Maria Iniguez and challenger Randy Smith is just 19 votes apart in favor of Iniguez. Chelan County Auditor Skip Moore says there are about 111 total ballots still to be counted from throughout the county, but there will be no further tallies until the official canvassing board meets on November 28th. That's the date the county certifies its election results to the Secretary of State. Moore says the number of ballots may grow as voters fix problems with signature mismatches or other voting mistakes. The margin between Smith and Iniguez is a mere 0.5%. The city of Leavenworth voted Tuesday to adopt a multifamily tax exemption for new housing, a tax break to lure construction of more affordable apartments to the Bavarian Village. Developers seeking the exemption must set aside a certain number of housing units for lower or middle income buyers and renters. The city council must approve each project for MFTE status. When it does, all residential improvements on the project become exempt from property tax for a set number of years. The vote was 4-3, with some council members voicing fears that they would shortchange fire and hospital districts that rely on property tax.
There are a lot of variables to this, but one given that will not change is that if we do choose to pass a project, should it come before us, the given is that we will be asking our junior taxing districts to serve more people with less money. And I'm not comfortable with that, full stop. And that's just where I'm at. Other people may find that a palatable give and take. I
have a lot of comfort with the next set of people sitting up here to make very thoughtful decisions about the next, if this is adopted, about the proposal that comes forward. Because we don't make decisions without a lot of thought, with a lot of community input, with our planning commission. And so I know for a fact that if it's next year or in 5 years, there's a proposal put forward. If it's approved, it's going to be extremely thoughtful.
Earlier this month, Senator Patty Murray helped secure passage of the 2024 Ag FDA funding bill through the Senate. $8.45 million in funds will be shared among 4 major Washington projects, including one in Okanogan County. The county stands to receive $3 million for upgrading public safety radio networks and securing both mobile and portable radios for first responders. However, while the funding bill passed unanimously through the Senate, it will need to also pass through the House of Representatives before funds can be distributed to those projects. The annual Give North Central Washington Turkey Trot is taking place Thanksgiving morning on the Apple Capitol Loop Trail beginning at Pybus Public Market. The annual event, hosted by NCW Community Foundation, features a kid race, 5K and 10K. The kids race is free, while the 5K will cost $20 and the 10K will cost $30 per person. All proceeds will be split equally with all nonprofits participating in the campaign. Participants are encouraged to get creative with their running attire. Register online at the North Central Washington Community Foundation's website. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, Wenatchee High School Choir Club stages the closing nights of Cole Porter's Anything Goes this weekend. Sunny with seasonal temperatures expected tomorrow and Friday, with unsettled weather moving in this weekend. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa today.
Hi, I'm Eric Grandstrom.
And I'm Brent Rhodes with the NCW Community Toy Drive presented by Les Schwab.
Be sure to join us Saturday, November 25th at Hooked on Toys for our Toy Drive kickoff.
I'll be there broadcasting live on Country 104.7 KKRV starting at 9.
And we'll be live on NCWLIFE channel from 10 to 11.
Find out more about the organizations that serve children here in North Central Washington.
Help us kick off the Toy Drive this year to make sure everyone has a Merry Christmas.
See you Saturday at Hooked on Toys.
And Happy Holidays.
Wenatchee High School's Choir Club stages the closing nights of Cole Porter's Anything Goes this weekend. Tickets are still available through the Wenatchee High School website. In tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE's Dan Kuntz sat down for a preview with some of the young actors, as well as the show's director, Don McCormick.
This was the kind of musical that, like, you listen to it a few times, you're like, wow, I'm not just doing this for a musical, like this is stuff that I would listen to just for fun. And then especially as learning the show and learning the music, it's fun music that, like, oh, I might put this on repeat and learn it and actually listen to it for a while. So it's really fun to listen to for sure.
I love the jazzy aspect of it, and it feels very classic.
I kind of went into it open. Like, there's so many fun roles in the show, and everybody in the show currently does them amazingly. So, and wherever the directors put us, we're going to do well. So go into it with an open mind and just kind of see what happens.
Yeah, it was really fun for me. I've never played a character like this, and so it's really fun to try something new.
So have you guys been in theater a long time?
I've been in theater since, I think my first show was in 5th grade, which the thing I always tell people is I wish I was in earlier, but it's definitely something that once you're in it, like, it's such a community and it's such a nice group of people, and you always want to come back.
I did my very first play in kindergarten.
Kindergarten?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did my first district musical in 2nd grade, and I've done every single one since then.
It is phenomenal. And you know, I just feel like, I mean, Cole Porter, good music is good music. But you're right, it's not stuff that they would turn on and hear or anything. So it is so awesome to be able to put that in front of them. They love it, they dig it, and it just, you know, it just broadens that music education throughout with good music that they recognize, they get it, so it's phenomenal.
This is some good kids, some talented kids.
So talented, vocally, acting-wise, and that's another beauty of this musical is there's so many characters, and yes, you have your lead, but there are characters all over this ship where kids just get to shine, and we get to, you know, feature a lot of different faces and actors and voices, you know, so that's a fun part of this musical.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Wednesday. It was cooler than we thought it would be, mainly from all of the cloud cover that we had today. But look at this great shot from this afternoon. It's our Slide Ridge Sky-Fi Tower camera looking down at Manson. And of course, you can see Lake Chelan and Chelan back in the distance. But we did have plenty of clouds today, and that kept our temperatures down. And as we look at our high today, 43 degrees was our high today, and that's about normal for this time of the year, even though it felt kind of cool with no sunshine out there. 64, our record high, and that was set just a couple years ago in 2021. This morning, 30 degrees, also pretty much in line from where what we should be seeing this time of year at 31. Our record low, 15, set in 1978. Sunrise 7:05 this morning and set this afternoon at 4:26. All right, let's take a look at what we can expect getting you into Thursday. Temperatures a lot like today. In fact, even a little cooler than the rest of us for the Columbia Basin tomorrow. 42 in Moses Lake and Ephrata, 43 in Quincy, 44 in Wenatchee, also Chelan and Omak. Those are the warm spots tomorrow. Lake Wenatchee, the cool location at 40 degrees. As we take a look at tonight, we expect clear skies thanks to high pressure here. And there's another one way out in the Pacific, but that's keeping our skies clear. With those clear skies, going to get a little chilly overnight tonight with lows in the upper 20s. For Thursday, we do expect sunshine once again, a double shot of high pressure over the Pacific Northwest. Seasonal pretty much for Thursday with high temperatures in those mid-40s, dry as well, and that's good news for some. As we get into Friday and the end of our work week, sunny skies, and we'll call it seasonal. Look at all of the clear skies all the way back into the Plain States. We'll see highs again very consistently in those mid-40s for Friday, and then things will change a bit as we see a trough of low pressure form. Some windy conditions will accompany some rain shower activity. This is what we expect as we get into our evening hours, a 60% chance of rain on Saturday with highs during the day into the mid-40s. For Sunday, just a morning shower is possible with snow back in the Cascades. So if you're traveling west in the morning Sunday, keep that in mind. Partly cloudy in the afternoon, mid to upper 40s for our highs Sunday, not too bad. And then for Monday, as we kick off our next work week, once again, high pressure in control, keeping this huge area of low pressure at bay. High clouds Monday, seasonal temperatures with highs then in the mid-40s. Let's take a look now at that 7-day forecast, and we will drop down to 28 both tonight and tomorrow night, mainly because of clear skies. 44 are high for Thursday and for Friday. Good chance for evening rain on Saturday and 46. Maybe a morning rain mixed with snow showers Sunday morning and 47. And then a mix of clouds and sun on Monday and Tuesday with highs then in the mid to upper 40s. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, your sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Now, am I looking into this camera? Or am I looking, where am I looking?
We're gonna have you just look at it.
The holiday season is coming, and Santa's making his 15-second commercial for NCWLIFE channel. Are you?
Hello, television family. Grab your cup of coffee each weekday morning and join me. I'm Dan Kuntz, the host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's everything you need to start your day. We're live and we're local at 7 a.m. every weekday on the NCWLIFE channel.
The Seattle Kraken will try to break a 3-game losing streak on the road at Edmonton tonight. Seattle's in the middle of the pack in the Pacific Division of the NHL's Western Conference at 5-8-3. Oilers are down a few more spots at 4-9-1. That game just getting underway at Rogers Place on Root Sports Northwest. The Wenatchee Wild return home, hoping to continue a hot streak on home ice. In Western Hockey League action tonight, Wenatchee has won 6 games in a row at the Town Toyota Center, going back to October 20th. Wild will host Tri-City tonight at 6 o'clock. Broadcaster for the Wenatchee Wild, Austin Andrade, says Tri-City is among the geographically close teams in the WHL to become a rival.
So far, Tri-City's looking like a pretty good rivalry. We haven't gotten a chance to see Spokane, but I think that's got some real potential there. Everett, I think, is really starting to shape up, especially you look at the first 2 games. Both of them went into overtime, hard-fought games. The second one was a little more physical, I would say chippier at times than the first one. We'll see Everett 8 times this year. We'll see Spokane and Tri-City 8 times. So it's real early in the season, probably too early to really start making any solid judgments, but I think Everett's going to be one that really does pan out for this group as far as rivalries go.
Following tonight's game, Wenatchee's on the road Friday at Tri-City, Spokane on Saturday, and then back home Sunday to face Prince Albert. Andrade says there will be some weary legs on the fellas by the time Sunday comes around.
These guys obviously playing 3 games in a row or 4 games in 5 days. It'll tire out the legs a little bit, there's no doubt about that, but these guys are even a slow game in the Western Hockey League is going to be entertaining. It's going to be physical. It's going to be fast-paced. So even if the guys are trying to get their breath back by Sunday afternoon, it's still going to be a game worth watching.
More line changes, more substitutes perhaps to get more fresh legs in on Sunday? What do you think?
I would say so. The shifts tend to get a little shorter when the schedule gets a little longer in the tooth. So you'll probably see a few more changes, just getting guys fresh and keeping the legs fresh when the guys go on and off the ice. But I wouldn't be surprised to see that on Sunday.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Local-Tel. You can watch the entire interview with Austin Andrade and Dan Kuntz on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on our website at NCWLIFE.com. The Columbia Basin Big Nine is out with its postseason football awards, and Eastmont has a record 10 first-team selections. Gunnar Peterson shared the Offensive MVP award with Moses Lake quarterback Brady J. Running mate Landon Moore also joined Peterson on the first team. Adrian Ruffins was named as the wide receiver, while Damian Arellano and Armando Farias were first-team offensive linemen, with Arellano named the Lineman of the Year. Peterson, by the way, rushed for 1,756 yards this season and 15 touchdowns. We caught several of his scoring runs right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
His blasting cap and Gunnar Peterson behind him. Turn, handoff, Peterson, right side, end zone, touchdown. Eastmont taking control of this bridge of sportsmanship. It's a gain of 9 yards out to the 14-yard line, or 15-yard line. Back handoff, look out, through the middle is Peterson. He's to the 40, he's to the 50, he is fast, and he is going to rumble by everyone all the way to the end zone for the touchdown from 85 yards.
First and goal from the 1. Eastmont trying to score first here on homecoming night, and they will, as Peterson gets it into the end zone from a yard out. And they're going to turn and hand it to Peterson. He's got the first down and more. Look out. He's going to go to the end zone all the way for the Wildcats from 44 yards out, just like that. Gunnar Peterson shot out of there like a cannon.
That was the key to that play. The hole was there right off the bat. Great job by the offensive line, and Peterson with that explosive speed. 2 receivers split out right side. High snap. Gale does corral it. Screen pass. It's Peterson with blockers in front of him. 45, first down yardage and more inside the 40 down to the Moses Lake 37-yard line. Handoff, here's Peterson. He's got open field all the way to the end zone. 29 yards, Gunnar Peterson. First down and goal, Wildcats at the Bomber 3-yard line. Handoff right side, why not? It's Gunnar Peterson into the end zone, touchdown. 3 yards for Peterson. Handoff, it's Peterson, and he just walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Eastmont. Peterson in the backfield. Handoff is Peterson, gets through the line of scrimmage, the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Gunnar Peterson, 21 yards.
Turning to the defensive side of the ball, Eastmont's Graydon Schneider, Christian Nevers, Ricky Kalunga, Connor Frazier, and Skylar Bryant were also named to the first team. Josh Leonhardt was named the Big Nine Defensive MVP. Wenatchee's Connor Christensen and Moses Lake's Kyson Thomas and Hayden Throneberry also made the first team. The Panthers' Anthony Garcia was named first team punter, while the Mavericks' Kyson Thomas was the returner. Eastmont took home honors for offensive and defensive lines of the year, and Coach Mike Don received Coach of the Year honors. Several Wildcats and Panthers dotted the all Big Nine girls soccer first team selections. Eastmont's Liliana Johnson, Paige Fisher, Kylie Matrichik, and Mila Hauge, along with Allie Titchner, were all first team selections. Allie, by the way, Defensive Player of the Year. Wenatchee's Piper Davidson, the Offensive Player of the Year, and was joined on the first team by Natalie Bowles and Ava Coble. Moses Lake's Bella Huberdeau and Meadow Signs were also chosen to the first team. Wenatchee's John Springer was selected as the Coach of the Year. Congratulations. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Wednesday.
On Thursday's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, you're running out of time if you haven't enrolled for Medicare. The open enrollment period runs until December 7th, and that's it, folks. It's decision-making time. Tanya from Health Alliance Northwest, if you haven't gone, if you're a first-timer or you want to tweak your system a little bit, Tanya from Health Alliance Northwest will give the information you need on Thursday's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.